Does anybody have anything that from last week since we've been together that they want to share? Anything in terms of like your inner child and healing that? Any other thoughts?
I don't have anything about my inner child, but I do have something about a deal that seems to be going through that I was worried about, and
Really?
it seems to be going through. So
Good.
Good.
No need to worry. Nothing to
no
worry.
need to worry, but we do it anyway.
We do, but I was listening to, I think Wayne Dyer, and he's like, there's no point in worrying about if you can't do anything about it. If there's nothing that you can do, then why are we going to worry when, if there's something that you maybe can do, then you can, repave that.
Did you ever read the Wayne Dyer story about the lady who bit her fingernails?
No.
Someone came to him as a psychologist. She bites her nails. So he examines her and he talks to her for about 2 hours. And then he says, "You're cured. You can do anything you want. You can cook, you can go to the moon. You can do, the only thing you can't do is bite your nails." So,
Right. That's
she says to him, 20 years I've been in therapy. And now you're telling me I can go home and there's nothing else I have to do? He said, yes. And then I just thought it was so funny.
That's how it is, though.
Yeah.
And it's the truth. If you don't want it, you have a choice. And, I know he makes it sound easy, but even with somebody who was learning to ride a bike, she was scared to ride a bike. And, she got on the bike. He had her go practice with him instead of trying to figure out why she was scared of riding the bike to actually, do it. So same with nails, like just go home, do everything else, just don't do that. Well, cool, Ross. That's good. I'm glad you shared that, and awesome about the deal going through. So that's great. Sorry, I'm just gonna admit we have Divya coming in. Just getting used to this. Antonio.
Oh, me too. You're right. I didn't see them. I'll have to let them in too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Perfect. Yes.
Hello, Deborah.
Hi. Hey there. Hey, Divya. Welcome. So Ross was just sharing a little bit about her past, what happened this week, and anybody else have anything they want to share? Hey, Robin and Antonio. Welcome.
Hello.
I'm here filling in for Dr. Hank as he's traveling. So just so you know.
Oh, that's great.
Becky as well. So we have lovely Becky here who just made me smile. Definitely. So glad to see you, everybody. So did anybody have any like experiences from your inner child, since Dr. Hank did that meditation with us, and I said I saw my daughter, and when I went into that. And has anybody else like done meditation or kind of revisited that?
Yes, I in my meditations, I have been so in the original one that we did, I saw myself as like a 3 or 4-year-old and like really shiny, silky hair, and I just cried during the meditation. It was so special, and I feel like since then it's been more of a self-acceptance and more of, because that was me, and so I'm maybe more patient with myself and more in the moment. And so for me, it has really brought in some extra self-acceptance.
I love that.
Wonderful.
That's great. Thank you.
And has anyone ever thought about their inner child before this? Just interested? No.
I've heard it referenced, but I never actually sat down and thought about it. But hey, timing is everything, and it was something I needed to hear last week, especially when he had to rip the what was it, the bars or the locks from your heart and just to free it. It would really help me expand. And I think I told you guys last week that I had that one doctor who I talked to on a Sunday, and he was all like, I sent him something by accident. Like it wasn't accurate. It wasn't updated pricing. So he was so mad, like F the, just mad. And it ruined my, kind of Sunday evening, even until Monday, until after this call. I was like a new person. But then I spoke with him again, and we did a call together with, somebody else that he wanted to introduce to what we're doing. And after the call, he's like, I love you for this. And so it went from that literally in a day, less than 24 hours. So really, and I believe it had to do a lot with what happened prior, because my heart wouldn't have been open for him in that call, because I would have still been holding on to, oh my God, you ruined my night. Like I talked to you on a Sunday, but it went really well. And it's just been kind of, flowing with that since, and then hearing my baby's heartbeat today, just reminded me like, okay, I really need this inner child thing. I'm gonna have two of them. And I need to really help mine, in order, if I'm going to help these two grow and, nurture them, I really need to nurture myself. So it really helped me, with that. But anybody else on that? And then we'll kind of get into some other things.
Hi, this is me, Antonio. The reason
Hi,
why
Antonio.
you that's really hard, and I'm glad you took over today. It's a privilege to see your beautiful face and everyone else. The reason why you see my face like that is because I had surgery on my mouth, so I don't want to see, my true blue colors around my eyes. I'm looking like a raccoon right now.
I get it, but we don't judge here. But I understand.
I got the reference. This is recorded, and I'm trying to go, oh God, look how Antonio looked back then. So anyway, as you guys, like I talked to Dr. Hank, because I had such a difficult time connected in last week because of my Wi-Fi here.
Oh yeah.
And so I kind of like text him and explain to him, share with him, not explain, but share with him some feedback to what he was saying. It's because he kind of touched some points when me and my sister, my oldest sister, we was talking about that like a couple of weeks before the Dr. Hank started talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
And so we kind of like start, I don't know what we traveled down memory lane, but we did that particular day. And we were sharing about some dark areas of childhood, childhood friends, not more than my family, but just the childhood friends, the neighborhood. And as we was talking, we was noticed that we had this eerie feeling, that dark feeling. It wasn't released, put it that way. And so we was talking, I said, do you feel that? She said, oh my God, yeah. I'm like, every time we talk about this certain person in our childhood, like we get this yuck feeling. And so we need to release that. We need to take that into the light and release it. I said, because that's not good. That is not good energy. That's not good health. I said, we are holding on to something in the past that we should not hold on to, because every time that we talk about certain people in the past, we get this. I can imagine how my face looked, but and so so we actually came together and we started praying and we are releasing or decreeing and release. And as we was doing that, we started laughing because we felt the release.
Yes.
We felt the release. When you have released something that is nothing, that is good, this joy, this peace comes upon you. And that's when you know you have the victory over that. And so we, as of today, we kind of laugh about it, and we said, you know what, I'm glad we had this conversation, because that was a childhood, I don't know, it's one drama, childhood drama that we carried along as baggage all our lives. We carry that as from childhood to adults to college to children, having children and marriage, and we still had that baggage toting on us. So we got rid of that baggage. So when Dr. Hank touched on it, I just started laughing. And I said, wow, what a confirmation.
Totally.
So, yeah, so basically it was more of I call it an inner healing, because I do believe in inner healing.
Yes.
And when we release things in the light, darkness expels. And I truly believe in that. So we just have to say it out of our mouth. You know what? I just released that into the light. See, because darkness cannot comprehend light. It has to leave. Even I don't care if it's like a situation of your family, your workplace, mental, emotionally, physically, financially, whatever it is, you can actually release that into light. And that's something that we have to learn daily. And we have to, I guess I would say we have to practice it. Every time we think of that, okay, and you know it's not good, so you know what, I light be, or just say I release into the light, and you'll get a habit of doing it, and your life will feel so much peaceful. Okay, I said well.
Very well said. Thank you for sharing.
Huh?
Very well said, Antonio. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Oh,
Wow.
you're most welcome.
I love that too, about releasing it to the light. And I actually did a meditation this morning on releasing, having like all this light around me and releasing all the negative like energies and things like that in my body. And it was really healing, and it was a good way to start the day, with that. So I love that. And there is so much light. And again, it's back to, I think, focusing on what we do want, the wanted or the unwanted, because the unwanted to me is like darkness. The wanted is like light and fun and laughter, and joy. And that's what we're here for, on the loving side of things. So, and whether it's, anger towards family, like Antonio was saying, or something about, a person, trust me, it's really easy to hold that like grudge. It's really easy, but what it does, it ends up hurting you if you're drinking that person's poison, that's meant for them. So it's just so nice that you can pray about it and heal with that. So wonderful. And thank you so much, Antonio. And I wish you a quick recovery with your teeth.
Yes. It's happening. I'm gonna share this little bit pieces. My surgery was on December the 6th. And I woke up that morning, like 1 a.m. in a panic. Anxiety, everything just hit me at one time, because I know what's going on anesthesia. And I never been under it. And this fear came on me. And I couldn't sleep. I prayed, and I couldn't release it. And then I just called in the angels. I called in Archangel Raphael to heal, to bring this beautiful, wonderful light all to my body, to heal it even before surgery. But I know I received my healing automatically, but there was something still tingling or attached that was going on. So I quiet myself as I laid in bed. And I'm like, oh my God, I have this fear, anxiety, panic going on right now. So I called on Archangel Michael, because Archangel Michael is the one to release all the fears, anxiety, darkness, the trouble, whatever troubling you. And as soon as I start welcoming Archangel Michael within, I breathe out, that breathing exhale, I just released it. I just start releasing it. I'm not telling you lies, guys. It wasn't like 10 minutes later, I was knocked out, sleeping like a baby. Wow. I walked into the dental office, no fear, no anxiety, no stress. I was ready. I was excited. I was ready to get in and ready to get out, And it's amazing when we allow or welcome those archangels in our situation. how easy life can be accomplished. And it just blew my mind. And I'm going to tell you the wonderful thing about it all, that I'm like, in this, out of my surgery, I had no pain whatsoever since I've been out. Not a pain. And my family members, it's like, you haven't, because my niece came down from California to make sure I was all right. She stayed with me for about 5-7 days. And she said, Uncle Tonio, I cannot believe you have no pain. She said, are you all right? And I'm like, yeah. She said, you have no pain. It didn't click to me until like 5th day. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. I didn't have any pain. Because I welcome Archangel Raphael and the healing energy to go through my entire body, all through my organs, my beings, my tissues, my molecules, everything within me. And let this be a wonderful healing transformation. And it did.
Wow.
That's my word for today.
Wow, miracles. I mean, just beautiful. Look at that. And all you got to do is ask. You know, you ask the angels in. And I love that you included that and how simple it was. And then it worked, you know, and it does. I've experienced it a lot more, recently, especially. It's in my morning, meditations, and not only that, but just in knowing that everything's going to be okay. Like today, when I had a doctor's appointment and my blood pressure has been really high in my last pregnancy, I was really had a really scary kind of pregnancy during that. But I went in today and they did my blood pressure, and it was actually the lowest it's like ever been. And I've been calling in Archangel Gabriel and Raphael and all the healing energy, but Raphael for the healing. And I'm calling in, that light to enter my body. And I don't know, it's like that was proof, right there. And I was worried. My husband's like, you okay? Like meditate, like chill. Because, I got a little nervous just because it does, that part of me does take over because I have those past experiences of like, the scariness of, you're going to go to the ER and all that trauma from that. So, but I kind of just breathed more and I just, was okay. And I even get scared when they take blood, and I was fine. I didn't faint this time. Like, good thing it was a good day. In terms of that. So yeah.
That's awesome. Like, what a great testament to inviting in our archangels, relying on them, inviting them in, helping our healing, because you then were able to stay calm, which, your blood pressure reflected that, and you stayed calm with having to get blood drawn, and those shadow happenings that happened, they were just like Dr. Hank says, like, I acknowledge it, but I'm not going to put my energy toward it. I'm going to put my energy toward that healing and inviting in our archangels. And then what an amazing experience for your baby as well, because you're calm. He's like, okay, or he or she's like, mom's got this, they remain calm with you. It's just amazing.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you. And you're right. All my energy goes to little baby. I'll find out if it's a boy or a girl in a week. So 50% chance it's a boy. But anyways, yeah, absolutely. I'm just so glad that we have all these resources available, and they've always been here, for us. Even my grandfather, who I have a picture of him right there next to something Dr. Hank wrote. Actually, I just realized they're together. That's cool. Just on my vision board. But yeah, I mean, just knowing like he's here, and my dad, every time I speak with him, he always is like, whenever I talk to you, it reminds me of my, of my father. And to me, it's just, our relationship has never been closer, me and my dad. And before it wasn't, it wasn't so good. So I just feel like calling in my grandfather has really helped heal our relationship, and heal a lot of relationships, and kind of remove a lot of, toxic ones, leading up to this, journey, with divine intelligence. I think I had to get rid of some things and some people to really experience what this really has to offer. And I'm really seeing that now, more than ever. And then to have a baby, with divine intelligence, and I'm 40 years old. All don't know. So having a baby at 40, I'm like past like geriatric age. So, but I think like when you're 35 or above, it's like a geriatric pregnancy.
You're very young.
Thank you. Well, the doctor doesn't make me feel.
My daughter had a baby last year. She was 47.
No way. 47?
You could have another one.
That's what they were telling me. They're like, do you want to get your tubes tied? I'm like, are we having this conversation right now? But yeah, absolutely. Well, that's so cool, Ross. 47. I mean, age is really a number, and I know that, but when you're there in front of them and they're like, they're gonna have this doctor call you for the whatever, because more testing and you're at higher, risk. But I don't really listen. I listen to what I want in my head. I don't really take it. They wanted me to do my blood pressure like all week, and I didn't even do it much. I gave them some numbers that would make them happy, because I'm not going to it was fine. I got in there today, and look, it was just proof that no need to worry. So yeah, anybody else have any other miracles or anything else? Not even miracles, but just anything else that they've experienced this week or recently, or that they want to experience?
So let me ask the group. You were talking about toxic relationships, right?
Yes.
Were you talking about that? Well, what do you do with that in the family? I mean, if you have a toxic relationship, you can just cut off your relationship, right? But what do you do with a toxic relationship in your family?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, for me, like in the beginning, what I did is I cut off a lot of them. I even, I blocked some of them. Like this was before the Dr. Hank period.
Like what? Sisters, brothers, aunts?
Sister. Yeah, we had some, some issues, and a lot of it stemmed from, like I said, my past, when I was heavily using, I've almost 7 years sober, but I was using a lot of drugs and alcohol, and I wasn't my best self. So it did cause a lot, in the family. So it's just rebuilding that trust and everything. But yeah, no, I get it. I mean, I had a coach prior to Dr. Hank that told me just to send them a letter saying how you feel. It was like a really mean letter she had me send them, like nothing Dr. Hank would approve of. And, and then to cut them, not to block them. And then I had another guy in my life who was a previous mentor who really ruined my relationship with my parents and told me not to let them show up. He was, really terrible to them. So it just caused a lot of issues. So I ended up blocking them, but now I'm like, why would you do that? Life is so precious, and we have such a better relationship now that I brought the good in, and with Dr. Hank, bringing him into my life and showing me like that there are angels and there are great people who are, leaders and who are entrepreneurs and who are, wanting to make the world a better place, and they do it with heart, and they do it with love, and they do it with, with so much faith, and all that's going to work out. And so when I started listening to him and just sending my family love, no matter what, just sending them love, and that really helped, because they could feel that and they know something changed. And then when I eliminated the ex-coach and the mentor and some of those people in my life, and then really embraced Dr. Hank and the Joy Shop and, doing that every morning. How about that Joy Shop? Anybody? Who does that in the morning?
Well, I do, but I'm going to say something about toxic relationships as well, because I think everyone have a toxic relationship with a family member. That's just meant to be, So what I personally I have done, and always do, I forgive. Forgiveness is the most powerful energy that it is. Dealing with that forgiveness comes love, because you're loving that person regardless of how they are. But people don't understand sometimes that you don't know what an individual is going through or have been through in the past for them to be that way. So personally, I can't judge because I don't know the shoes that person wore. Why is that person bitter? Why is that person angry? Why is that person always mad or saying words that harm others? It's something like, could be, let's talk about what Dr. Hank said last week. It could have been something still back in the childhood that caused that seed to grow to a tree.
Yes.
So that still the roots have to be dealt with, which is by forgiveness and love. And continue to, what Gina said, continue to release the love to those individuals. Because believe me, I got plenty in my family. And I because I love my brother, but we don't connect like my other friends, like brother friends. But I love him and I forgive him. It's just something to me that have to be done before love. You got to forgive. Then, like you said, then release the love. So again, we don't know what an individual person is going through in life for them to be that way. So again, what you said, just release love. And let the love cure them. Let the love of God, let the love of good energy just begin to go within their soul and just begin to transform them. And we just have to be patient, because it's not going to be, it may be a miracle. I do believe in miracles, but some people have to go through a process.
Yeah.
And that's my thing. Okay.
You're awesome. Yeah, no.
I agree. I think, definitely like what you indicated, Ross, that you can cut ties with people outside of our family, but within our family, we love and care for them. And sometimes it can be a little bit of a toxic relationship, and we know that. But with our families, yes, I think what both of that you all were saying, Deborah and Antonio, is send them love, forgive them. Those are active things we can do. And I think then to forgive ourselves inwardly and ask for and pray for patience and divine love to heal us and heal how we feel about them. And so I think that combination of working within and sending love and forgiveness out can really help us kind of get through some things and be patient with ourselves when we're frustrated and just kind of either rebuild the relationship or just know that we are at least doing all we can on our side, and then it's up to them at that point.
Truth, Becky, I totally agree. You only could do so much, but we do the best that we can. And I like what you said, because you did add something that I did add. We have to forgive ourselves as well, so that the other person can be forgiven. So you have to release that, because you don't want to hold a baggage of unforgiveness of someone else to carry that weight, put it that way. So what you said, I totally agree. It's both parties you got to forgive that person, but yet you have to forgive yourself, and also you got to forgive yourself for taking on that.
Mhm.
So I totally agree with what you just said. Thank you for sharing that.
Mhm.
Anybody else? Any other thoughts? I mean, I love what you said, Becky, absolutely, about forgiving yourself and because it all comes from you. You know, how you feel about yourself is really how you're gonna feel about others. And you know, and so you gotta start with yourself, right? And we're doing that all here right now. So congratulations, right? 'Cause
You
we're all
always,
here.
yeah. No, you always have to start with yourself. It's always
Always.
about you, not, you know, not from an ego point of view, but
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not from an ego, but from a heart, you know, coming from your heart and from what feels good in your life and, you know, and just from going within of that. Absolutely. But with people in life, like if they're not family, like, okay, I don't need, you know, bye. I block them. I just don't think about them because why am I going to think about people that don't bring me joy? Right? Why? There's no energy for that. And I just let them be. And, you
And
know,
then you're
it's
in
fine.
essence shedding what you attracted in the first place, which was them. So you are shedding that and you're starting anew with love and forgiveness. And so then now you are going to enhance that cycle to attract those that bring you more love and treat you with respect. And the cycle begins differently.
Yes. Thank you. Wow. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
that's Yeah, there's something that Dr. Hank told me one time. So funny you saying that you sharing that because Dr. Hank had told me one time when I blocked somebody, he said, okay, you blocked that person, but what else you gonna do? And I started laughing, like, what else? What else I'm supposed to do? You know, to myself, you know. And he says, replace it. Replace that person with someone what you want. You see, you release that other person, you block that person. When you block a person, you just release them, right? So he said, now replace that person with someone that you want to be in your life. And you could be specific, you know? I want a person that goes canoeing with me, go out basketball, go out hunting, someone to enjoy the same, you know, qualities that I like in life, restaurant, movies, family orientation, just do something that replace that person with someone that you want. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what Dr. Hank told me, and I did, and it works.
Yeah. No, I love that. That really helped me actually because replace it with what you do want and then block. Just kidding. But
Keep that block on, yeah.
but definitely, yes, I love that. Because what you think about, you attract and what you want. So for sure. Thank you, Antonio. And I love your laugh. Antonio, your laugh is like, I just need to hear it. Like, just like call me once a day and just laugh and I'll feel good.
Okay, I do that. My cousin says the same thing.
Really? Oh, it's a thing. Okay.
Your laugh is contagious, and when you start laughing, I just start laughing.
Oh.
Without
Yeah,
the
yours is like good stuff. Yes. So anybody, Divya, will you share something? I know you were saying about your inner child last week, about your daughter and this, and
Yes.
I know you had a really cool story. So I'll just put you on the
Yeah.
spot.
Last week when we were doing the meditation, just like Deborah, I felt my daughter too, because she's 9 years old, but she doesn't give up on things. Like, she knows she'll find a way. Even when she was younger, I think, but during the meditation, what came was, we have a slope in front of the house where we sled in the winter. And then we have all the neighboring kids who come in, and the moms, they come stand and everything. We all are like looking at each other's face. We want to do it, but we hold ourselves back because thinking, okay, like we are older, like we are not supposed to do, what's going to happen? Like, we all hold back. So when we had that meditation, I'm like, okay, we are still kidding in ourselves. Like we should to have fun. My daughter's like, come, like just play with me. Like I'm supposed to do that because I'm supposed to build and make memories with her, grow with her, because she's gonna grow up and she's gonna be on her own way, making her own new journey. So like this is my moment, and then I need to make that. So that was a really wonderful thing. And the other thing which happened for me was a couple of days ago, did not have a good conversation with my husband. I was thinking of his friend from, I think it was over like 11 or 12 years ago we met him, but he was a really good friend. I met him when I married my husband and moved into this country. He did not have kids at that time, but we used to go to movies and have a lot of fun, like talk to each other. We were comfortable. I was upset, was thinking about him, and then he showed up at the doorstep yesterday morning. I was so like, I blabbered that to him like 4 or 5 times. I don't know. He was like, why was she thinking about me? Like he didn't realize that, but I'm like, I was really thinking, because at that stage, my husband was like, we were building our family. He was building his work and everything. We were trying to build that relationship, and he was a really good friend at that time. So that was what my connection was. And I felt like he would understand what I was going through at that time in a different way than what my husband understood me. So I was just thinking about him. My husband did not even tell me. He just told a friend is coming. And then I hear his name when he knocked at the door. I'm like, oh my God, this is scary. Like, I was really happy. Yesterday was like the best day. And then I'm like, okay, I need to let go. Like I kept on remembering, like, battle is over. Just let it go. Everything's gonna be fine. So, yep. Sometimes it's like husbands drive you crazy, and then you just hold on to it. I'm like, no, it's like, I try to tell myself, like, he's not responsible for your happiness, but I forget that.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I need the constant reminder. Like, I'm enough too. Like, he's there to give me company, but he's not my sole purpose. So I think Dr. Hank has helped too. Like the other day I was telling him too, and then he was like, you do realize he has a drunken monkey in himself too. And then that's the drunken monkey who's trying to talk to him. So just let him be. He'll come around. Just relax. So,
Where are you from?
Currently I live in Boston, Massachusetts, but I'm originally from India, Southern India.
Southern
Yeah.
India?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. If you heard like the town Bangalore, I don't know if you're familiar with India. Like,
I've been to India. I
Oh,
was
wow.
there for 6 months.
oh wow, which part of India?
I was in the southern part as well.
Okay, that's good. How did you like it there?
I love India,
Nice. That's
but you
beautiful.
must like the States.
I like them both, but I have my parents there, so I'm still feel connected. But the kids and everybody are here, so I'm here
How many
serving my
kids do
purpose.
you- How many kids?
I have two, a 15-year-old and a 9-year-old.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
I was in Kerala.
Oh wow, that's beautiful. Yep, I'm like a state up, like it's Karnataka, like above it.
Right.
Kerala is beautiful. Backwaters, they are amazing. That's
It was a
nice.
long time
Thank
ago.
you. Thank you, Deborah.
Yeah, that is so cool. I needed to hear that, like especially about
Yeah,
well, the
but-
husband thing, because sometimes I think it's just me. Like that, 'cause,
No, well, your husband is also Indian, so
yeah,
it's
yeah,
a
he is.
different- Yeah,
Exactly,
it's a
exactly.
different culture.
Totally different culture. It's amazing. I love learning about it. I think it's a beautiful culture, but I can't communicate that well with his father, so it gets hard. But he'll be here. He's gonna come here and stay for 6 months. He's working on
Wow.
That would be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, he's waiting. It's a process, the visa process, I guess. He has to do all his paperwork for him, but he'll be here, and then have, his granddaughter, he'll meet her for the first time. And then I'll be pregnant. Still, hopefully he'll be here soon, is what I'm saying.
Well, you won't be pregnant forever.
Thank you. Thanks, Ross. Especially
and
if
it'll help the two of you connect, because you said you sometimes have trouble communicating with him and connecting with him. So that
Yes.
6-month period, you'll learn some of his language, and he'll learn some of your, American English, and wow, that'll be great for your relationship with him.
Absolutely. Sometimes we just smile at each other, like on WhatsApp. Just like it's hard, but yeah, no, but I appreciate Divya with what you said, because sometimes when you reflect back to how it all started, and then you go back there of like how you built your relationship, and then you thought of that that friend, and you knew he'd understand you, and then you hear his like voice, it's like, okay, like that is just amazing, and that can happen. That like, I mean, it's happened to me when I think of somebody and they call me, but not really, I haven't had them like at my door. But that is really neat. And then you had like the happiest day, yesterday, or so all of that is so good. And they do, everybody has their own battle, like within their mind. And we're all going through like this process, but most people are not, they're not on this journey that we are. They're all caught in like the battle, and all we can do is be the light, at the end of the day, and just show them and let them see through us and want to know what we're doing, and let that radiate, because it does, and you can turn things around. With that, even in my relationship with my husband, we can turn things around if I just, don't get caught up in his crap, his stuff. I just let it be, and I'm just like, oh, that's interesting. But anyways,
And what a good reminder, Divya, that like our partners in life don't make us happy or make us upset, that it is a decision we get to make, and we are responsible for our own path, and as they are theirs. We all have our own drunken monkeys and committees, and so I think that's a really good reminder to us. And I love how your friend just showed up, and it was like you almost said, hey, I want this level of communication, or this type of person to understand and connect with, because I'm kind of struggling right now. And then lo and behold, he shows up. I mean, that's amazing that you were able to, in essence, manifest that. And but yeah, great that we're not that we get to control our own happiness, and our partners are not.
And we get to manifest these things.
Exactly.
I think that's the exciting part of it, that we get to manifest.
Yeah, that was surprising. I really love that part. Like, I didn't even imagine that would happen. Like, that's reassuring. Like, we can create anything.
yes.
A beautiful memory down. Like, it just like helps me build that trust more and more, and faith. So yeah, that was helpful. Thank you.
Wow, that is just so cool. I love that. I'm gonna start like thinking of people that I want to be here. But really, you can manifest, and you can create anything. And the more you do what Antonio does, calling on Archangel Michael, because he's the magic, manifester, releases your fears, but he really helps you manifest your desires. So just calling him in and then asking for it, pre-paving it, because you can pre-pave it all. But you got to believe it. And what is it? The ask, believe, was it? No, not ask. Abe, you abe it, right, Becky?
Yeah, ask, believe, and expect.
Oh, is it ask or allow? Allow, right?
Yeah.
I always think it's ask because it sounds like
I
it
do
was
too. I always think it's ask because that's what we're supposed to do right away. Like first off.
right. Ask, but ask aloud. I don't know. Maybe it is believe and then
And then
yeah,
expect.
yes. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so good. Expect and just expect the best. And so what else do you have anything you want to share? Or maybe I don't know if she's with her children or unavailable, but all know Dua. She started talking a lot more. Oh, she's at school. Okay, thanks, Dua. We love you. I had a feeling something was going on because Dua you hear her talk and you just want to listen to her all day. She's just a beautiful voice. And she's come so far with this, with Dr. Hanks, coaching in this group and everything that she does. Just a wonderful person. So yeah. We can do our song soon. Does anybody want to do that? Or maybe Becky, if you want to lead us, and maybe, I don't know, are you good at leading in meditations?
I don't have one prepared.
Okay.
You guys want a meditation?
Maybe I was
Yes.
thinking maybe we could do a little meditation before we end.
I can do that.
Perfect.
Yes,
Thank you, Ross.
that's amazing. See, I should
Okay.
ask. So let's do this.
So you have to sit up in your chair and connect your feet to the ground. Have your head up toward the sky and close your eyes. And just feel how you are in your sitting position. Your feet lift up your toes a little bit, and then your heels, and just let your feet be very planted on the ground. And then straighten your back, but not uncomfortable, and let your head point toward the sky. And then start to breathe. Breathe in through your feet, up through your ankles and through your shins, up through the back of your thighs to your buttocks, up through the small of your back, up through your neck to the top of your head, so that you can feel that air circulating in your body. You can feel the new energy coming up from the ground. And then when it gets up to the top of your head, just feel how you can release the air through the front of your face, through your neck, your chest, through your stomach and the top of your thighs and your shins, down back into the ground. So that when you breathe in new energy, breathe in love and intention and all the good things that you want for yourself. Breathe them in, let them fill your body. And when you breathe out everything that doesn't serve you. Breathe out anything that you don't want. Just let it go, so that you have this feeling of letting it go, not keeping it in anymore. Just let it out. And that's the circle that we're creating. We're breathing in new life, new energy, new intention. Anything that we want, we just breathe it in. And we let go of everything that doesn't serve us, anything we don't like, anything that's not of value to us, anything we hate, we just let it go. And so then you'll find with this circle that nothing is left of the things you don't want. Everything that you want is there. It's in your body. All the new energy is there. Just sit with that for a minute. Sit with your breath, breathing in and breathing out. Enjoying the moment. Creating the people in the room. And open your eyes. Thank you very much.
Wow. That was great. Oh my goodness. I did not know you were professional. Oh my God. That was a good meditation.
Thank you.
So you've done that before, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. I love listening to you, the way you spoke.
Yeah,
you could
nice
feel it.
one.
It was
Yeah,
moving my body.
yeah.
I could feel it.
Mhm. That was really
Thank
good.
you. You can use it anytime. It's so good. You know, you if you don't feel good, you just start breathing in and breathing in all the love, all the good things, and
Yeah,
that's it.
that was great. Definitely. And then I open my eyes and I see all of you. And that was even better. So, do you want to pull out the song, or we have a few minutes left? Do you have the song, Becky, as well? I'm gonna pull it
I
up.
do. I do. Let's see where it is. Oh, yes. So
Open
yeah, I
it.
have it. I have it pulled up.
Oh, you do? Okay, perfect. I need to get mine up.
Want me to lead it?
You go for it. Yes.
Okay, is everybody ready?
Ready.
Unmute, unmute.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, no, I lost it because I was telling Roy to unmute. Let me get it again.
Thank you, Becky.
Okay, I got it. You ready?
Yes.
We've invited our hearts in.
We've invited our hearts.
in.
Now it's time for our dreams to begin.
Now
Now it's time
for our dreams to begin.
We love our Master Heart family
We love our Master Heart
Our Master
family.
Heart family.
as we now walk together so merrily.
And we now walk
Walk
together.
together so
So
merrily.
We are now leading with heart.
we are now leading with heart.
And this is how to live life smart.
This is how to live life smart.
Sound off.
Sound off.
Our Master Heart family.
Our Master Heart
Heart
family.
family.
Sound off.
Sound off.
Our Master Heart family.
Our Master Heart family.
Sound off.
Sound
Sound
off.
off.
Our Master Heart family.
Our Master Heart
Master Heart
family.
family.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, 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 yes.
Thank you, Becky.
Thank you, Becky. That was fun. All right. Well, everybody enjoy your rest of your day and week. And Dr. Hank, I call him Hanksters. I don't know why. But he'll be back Monday. So we'll see him, and I'm super excited about that. And just having an amazing week, and we'll chat then. And love you guys, and thanks for everybody for being here. And
Thank you, Deborah, so much for
Thank
leading
you, everyone.
us. We really appreciate
you.
you.
bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.